away!
The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
He calls his name, he beckons around. The dance floor awaits, but the Cupid shuffle isn't a surround sound. His name is Captain. He sails the seven seas. He's anchored his shores and all the boars. But tonight, for him, and today for us, it's a different type of energy. For Captain, he comes off the Bye Island. A bye where he was rested and recharged, ready for redemption. A bye that he knows can mean heaven or hell. Welcome, Captain, and welcome back to Tournament 3. Welcome to Masquerade May, my friend. And for Myth, there's only one way to describe him, the Monster Myth, as Zach coined it. A big win over Zach 103, 4-1. He took care of business, and now he gets the captain of the Seven Seas. Myth knows he's a top 3 player in the league. He knows what he's got to do to get a resume builder. D2 is out of the question. He's already got 2 wins. It's now about building that D1 platform and getting that run to Super League starts now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Captain Myth. Welcome to the opening game of the Cupid Shuffle region on stream here. We already had one game where Ghost beat Ashley 4-0. This is our second 1C as we fade into the schedule here. Cap and Myth, Cupid Shuffle, 1 o'clock, 8 o'clock cap time. But 1 o'clock here is going to be a fun one. And then tonight, the third 1C will get on the floor. The Dragon Dance region opens up. Big one here for DJ Abion. A lot of people think DJ Kurz isn't the best player in that region. Many are pointing to Sean Ard and Tango as the gunners in that region, and Nam. We'll see how that one goes. And then to wrap it up, the nightcap, Will Short, he'll take it back. Will Chopik make it the big 3 into a fantastic 4? We'll find out. Can he get it done over the drip? Plan drip, 10 o'clock. Uno after dark should be a fun one. They know what's going on. They know what goes down. They're our top 25 matchup for both of those games, respectively. Today, we do not have a top 25 matchup in the Cupid Shuffle. It's a ranked versus unranked game. Cap being the third best player in the league, and of course, Myth unranked, but win here could definitely see him potentially get into that top 25 and beyond. There you see the Cupid Shuffle region. We go into the pod now, and there it is. Captain off the Bye Island, Myth taking care of Zach 4-1, Lane with the incredible reverse sweep over to Pier, despite the Pier's power play chances in Game 4, and Vapor taking care of business against Leah. Don't know about Vapor Lane as a non-stream game. We were expecting that to be scheduled sometime tonight, if not tomorrow when Vapor gets back from his camps and his duties there. But we go into the scene. That's then, here's now. There's Captain. There's Myth. Joining me in the booth will just be Caesar as a ref. I'm going to take this one solo. So we couldn't get anybody for this 1 o'clock hour, but all good. I'll take it and carry us as usual. Well, let's go quickly to Caesar. Caesar, obviously, my thoughts to you, my friend. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Let's use the watch party VC. But, Caesar, my thoughts to you is you look at Cap. He's a player that likes the low tide stuff. We know 5, 6, 7. That's his home, right? And you look at Myth. He's very comfortable on 5, 6, 7. This is almost his home. It's a clash of low card starts, low tides. Do you see a trend that could break out where Myth could pull the upset? It's possible. We always talk about, look, you get the cards, anything's possible. But Captain is one of those players. 5, 6, 7 is literally his home. Can he basically infiltrate the home base? Let's go to Cap first. Cap, welcome back, my man. I know you've had a lot of issues in the past with this second round, right? It's been hit or miss. Obviously, you lost to Ashley. I remember the last tournament, the second round was kind of your hardest round of the tournament when you just kept sweeping people until the finale with Ypez. Your thoughts on just coming back here, right? Being a defending champion now. Are you playing more loose? Are you playing more aggressive knowing that the number one player in the league just lost and you have a chance to get up there? What's your mindset heading in? How are you feeling after that Bye Island? Well, you had some studies and World Hockey was just over. Talk to us through to the fans here. What's your feeling after that little bye week, that Bye Island off? Man, it's pretty simple, man. You've always talked about D2. What's out of the question now, right? That's null and void. You're here. What is the case now for you to take care of Captain? Obviously, Cap is a top 3 player in the league. We know you like low card stuff. Is there a potential way you could mix up the platform thing on not just the card stuff, but on something as such as split ammo? Cap's very good at that. What is your plan? Rose, 1 second. An upset is possible if both go for the low, but Captain should can handle the business in the high tide, and that could throw Myth off if he goes to higher cards. Okay. Myth, your thoughts on just the mindset playing Captain? This is a big match for you. Top 3 player. Probably your biggest match in a year. I think the last time you had this big of a match was, it had to be, I want to say it was you and me back in March all the way last year. I think you played someone else big. Might have been, I want to say Vapor, but I could be wrong. But regardless, your thoughts on playing Captain here. You guys both like the low stuff. What's your plan of attack then, your plan of action in the mind to get through his head?
Honestly, it's just about getting through, being able to have that control ammo, being able to have the cards that are needed to get through this round. Because Captain's easily the toughest challenge, and he specializes in lower card starts as well. So it's like it's gonna be a battle on who can play lower card starts more.
That's pretty much it, man. I couldn't agree more. It is going to be a low tide battle. Reminder to the fans at home: best of 7, 1 power play. The usual second round lingo, right? When we get to the third round, it's best of 9s. We still have the 1 power play. Remember, March was the only time we did the 2 power plays in the Sweet 16. But it's the Tango 32 season. We're going to find out who has the best moves. They're going to tango on this dance floor in this Cupid shuffle, and only one will samba their way into the Samba 16. We'll find out for sure. So we await Cap? So we await Cap's words and answers. Obviously had a little bit of a layoff, right? Last time we saw him was May 5th, and now here we are, May 31st. Basically a 25-day break. How will that happen? How will he understand that platform being 25 days off? Is he rusty? This is Cap, though. He's a guy that likes to play other things. You know he's going to be someone that's more motivated after finishing his studies. I will be playing more freely. Yeah, since I already have a tournament and have a secured place in the Super Bowl, I'm ready to win our title. Fitzy sunglass emoji. I think that we can't sum it up better than that, Big Cap. Appreciate you giving those thoughts, man. And Caesar, at the end of the day, when you had that tournament win, what do you got to lose, right? It's here. What are you gonna do? You crash and burn. You're still in the Super League, right? No matter what happens, you won that tournament. You built the platform tournament too, or in my case, tournament 1. We have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Just get out there, have fun, and enjoy the moment. That's what Cap's gonna do today. All right, I'll wait for Caesar's final thoughts, and we'll get this game started. Obviously, Caesar will be our ref. I will give Cap the call in game 1 once Caesar gives his final thoughts. The biggest thing in this region is we lost the Tapir, right? We lost that Tapir battle. That's the thing. With Tapir gone, if Captain can take care, or Myth in this case, Vapor is an interesting player, right? We don't know. Sometimes he can be wishy-washy. Late lane is that. This is a match that a lot of people say could be your E8 right here. Winner of this could go to the E8. We'll see how that plays out. You can never count later Vapor, but a lot of expectations for both. The bottom half of the bracket, huge games. We're talking Brad Turner tomorrow. That is the best game of the round. Statistically, the number 6 player in JT versus the number 12 player in Brad. If Brad wins that game, top 10 discussion, maybe even a bye discussion. If JT wins that game, does he start mixing up the pecking order up top? We'll find out. And then for ALP and Caesar, ALP's been here, done that. If he gets a second top 25 win, watch out. For Caesar, he needs this. He's talked about multiple times. It's E8 or bust. It starts Sunday night at 8:30 with him. Should be a fun one. Well, without further delay, it's time to get down to business. Cap, it's your call game 1, my friend. Welcome back. What are we doing? How are we going to cap this off? We're going to go 8. Crazy 8s we go. Cap starts it up with the crazy 8s. He's about to join in. Captain's in. Myth ready to follow suit. It's the Tango 32. It's the Cupid Shuffle. We're starting it up with the yellow 6, and we're underway in the Tango 32. Second game, though, remember, we had the first game. That was some unusual circumstance. Second game of the round, technically. We'll see how it goes, Caesar. Right now, it's just about understanding the 8-card start, right? It's mid-tier. It's not the low stuff. Low was 5 to 7. Remember, Captain, he was cooking in the finale. That was MCSR. This is CSR. MCSR means you can go back to his prior start. For example, he went on 5, and he can go back to 5 in game 3. Here, you can't do that. You win on 8. It's game over. You win on that 8, you can't use the 8 anymore. So that's the strategy a little bit with CSR versus MCSR. Cap early switching to the green 6, Myth with the green 4, 2 down this time. Early in the game, you're going to see Captain try to understand the colors of Myth, and he's going to switch it again, trying to get Myth off his game. Could be a fade sideburn look. We can see that all the time. Myth doing a good job so far. Like I said, needs this. He goes for a double play to really get Captain flustered early. We know he's not the best in power play. Myth has admitted, self-admitted too. Power play is always something he's working on, trying his best. Cap, a master of it. Myth with the early lead off the double play. Possession arrow, though, could favor Cap once we see that first double play from him. These games could go very fast. Cap still runs the blue. Here comes Myth. Captain gets the draw from Myth. Does he keep running these blues? He does, but he goes back to green. Does get the switch back to green, which keeps it 2-color suff. Interesting. Already off the bat, Caesar. Captain playing this one very clean. Myth drawing back. Cap looking for dose. He's just going to draw back with some isolation. All right, so now we go into our first potential draw city. Does Myth get some top deck heaven right here? Or switch? No. Cap looking for some top deck heaven. Now we're running into draw city. Now we go. Running the gambit now into draw city. Myth looking to try to get that monotony down, but he can't. Here comes Captain. He's going to keep it clean. Sometimes when you got the possession arrow, just keep it clean. Let the other guy make that mistake and burn it. Now both guys into draw city squarely. For Captain, like I said, win here today, he starts to put himself in the conversation as a top 3 player, maybe even to the top 2 conversation. Myth a win here today. It's a top 3 win on the resume, top 5 win on the old books. He could be something to watch as we continue to go further. Red 6-8. And a lot at stake, Caesar. We talk about tomorrow's the big day, right? We always talk about it in the league. Last year was July 1st. This year, with the amount of people we have, June 1st is the big day. Super League is starting to get into the forefront. It's not on the back burner anymore. The heat is turned off on the back burner. It starts to turn up a little bit slowly on the front burner. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about that as the new calendar comes about with Super League on the horizons. Here's Captain speaking of the horizons. He sailed the 7 seas back in the April Aquatic. We go into yellow. Myth trying some ISO back to red. Did a catch Cap out, or did he come prepared to the gunfight with a couple extra lemons to prevent any scurvy there? He does with the red 9 top 4. Myth now looking to find some more of that magic, but right now it's Cap with the magic on the red, using a little bit of self-isolation into a fade look. He drawing back. This is exactly what Cap needs if he had the red, or is it draw city again? No, he goes to blue. That's isolation. Tricky. Interesting. Tricky isolation. Myth's got to find something here. Very, 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 very low ammo game. Cap for the win right here. 2 cards for Cap. Can he get it done to check? Maybe checkmate. No, just check. No checkmate yet. Cap running. Myth the first check of the game. How does he respond? Fight or flight? Does he fight or does he play cool? He goes to red. Does Cap save a wild? Did Cap save the wild? No. Great play from Myth. Is it a classic? No. No classic. Axel had red. Okay. Now it's a battle of red-blue. Here comes Cap looking to get back to check. No. Myth in a good spot now with the red after that after that isolation into the red. Cap nothing on the red early. Sort of a classic, more of just a little turn late classic, but good isolation from Myth. Cap looking for something clean here. Okay, the classic move, trying to prevent any numbers, hoping that Myth would switch on the skip. Does Myth bite? Checks the table, plays it cool. 5 minutes in, almost. Cap, Myth, pretty clean here. Myth looking for the potential skip to run. He does, but he's going to draw. Yep, that is this round basically is the second round of the regular season. Even though next round is the technical halfway point, this is the round where the regular season starts to get kicking up. You're going to start to see desperation. I don't expect this year to be a T5. Everything's going to be all in. I expect that to start T4 a little earlier this year, where desperation kicks in with relegation and things like that in the bubble battle. It's been very close all year. We talk about as they go in Draw City. There has not been a breakaway. Last year we had a breakaway. The first 8 guys really was the breakaway entering T5, and the last 2 spots were pretty much locked in stone as we go back to red. This year, 5th through 15th, 5th through 40th really is still close. I think after this tournament, 5th through 30th will start to separate, but it's still very close. Mitch trying his cap strategy, hoping for no reverse. Keeps it at 4 cap, looking for a dose. He got it. Now, Myth, does he have some heaven on the ones? He does. 1 heaven for Myth into the blue. Isolation back. Does Cap run with the isolation in the blue? Does he want that for check? He does have it. Cap back to check. Myth. Is he iced out? +4 for a double. He's got it. Myth gets game 1. Oh, Caesar, he came to play there. Cap, very, very well played on your end, though, because it appears there is not one single wild thrown your way. No wild +4. Not a single +2. You had to really use your skill there and try to ice out Myth. It seemed like Myth really only got a couple draws. Do you think you're content in the sense that you went plan A for most you could do? Yeah. You want to answer that, Myth? Go for it. I think Draw City. I'd have to be Draw City. But Cap, your thoughts on just low ammo there, trying to feel it out? Was it a case of, hey, you know what? Didn't have much to work with. Had to go and roll with the flow on that one. Interesting. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, Caesar. We do have a dedicated, and yeah, it's Tango 32. Myth, really interesting there. Okay, it was during after I traded my. Okay, so a little bit of Draw City. Got it in Draw City. Myth, good win there. It was a low ammo game. Did you feel with the low ammo game you didn't need to rush that +4? You felt the instinct to say, hey, this is low ammo. I don't need to flow into this. Just run plan A and then hope and pray Cap didn't get anything on the other side, which he did. Do you think that could work? Nothing I can do. I just had numbers, and that's all I can do. Everything. All right. Interested in know. Myth, go for it.
Yep. So pretty much had a +4, and I didn't really have anything to use with the +4, so I decided to hold it until I was able to use it, and I was able to use it at the end.
Yep. Yeah. Apologize for some of the stuff there. We'll get that sorted out. Yeah. No, that's pretty much it, man. Sometimes it is plan A where you just gotta wait till the end and. Here, gotcha agreements. Yeah, that's fair, right? And that's really what it's kind of looked eerily similar when I did the press. Got to check blimp. Yeah, that's classic OG. That's a classic OG game where the ammo you don't see it to the end. It's low, and you'll see it knocked out in a 1 or 2 fell swoops. In the case of Myth, we saw a couple reverses, and yeah, we don't need that. We're good. We're good. If you want to put it in VC and watch VC. But regardless, thank you though. I appreciate it. Speaking of the press, yes, congratulations, Eli. You took care of Allen last night. That was a shocker, though. Oh God. But regardless, yes, good job to Myth there. I think it truly was a game of understanding the platform there, Caesar on the low ammo, not rushing into it. Giving it more of a old classic look to his style, and Cap tried his best. We'll see how it goes. All right, Cap, everything's on the board still. Game 2, your call. What are we looking at? All right, he's gonna load it up here. Okay, Cap is a guy that, like I said, maybe is starting to sense, hey, you know what? We're not getting the ammo on this low stuff. Let's go high. See how this works. Looking to get back to a 1-1. Myth looking to get the 2-0, this would be a big one. Yellow 5 Cap looking to start it up and tie this series. One sec. There we go. Yeah, we can't keep flooding the chat. All good. But yeah, anyway, we'll start it up again. Cap looking to see if he can get some ready. He's going to self-deno the bot. Okay. Early into the series, Cap's trying to see if Myth will switch first. Remember, he switched and initiated the switch first. Let's see if he does a little role reversal. 1-2. Yeah, let's do. Okay. No roll reversal yet. Just run the queen. 12 cards, right? Myth's not a guy that likes high numbers. Cap's usually a guy that doesn't, but with CSR, he tends to go that way. With MCSR, it seemed that it was just 5-6 could work because it is MC. With CSR, it's a little bit different. Remember, for the fans at home, Super League format, there is no MCSR till the Final Four. Keep that in mind. We know Cap will be there come September in Athens. Both going to run this queen. Myth up to the second level behind the 9 on top 4. Playing this queen on the dance floor. There is, just like last game, Cap, the first guy to initiate the switch, this time in the blue. Trying to get Myth off his game. Myth hard to switch on the 0 sugar, plays that one clean. Cap up to the 9 now. That is the top 4. Myth looking to see if he can run the blues a little more effectively. He's done a good job so far of really letting Cap control the pace as we go into ditto. He's done a couple self dittos there earlier. This is really good for both players running the blues. Cap trying to push the pace a little bit more frantically. Myth as well. Low ammo game. Similar to that first game. It's a blue 1 off the board now. A couple 1s off the board. Simple right now. Myth looking to see if he can run the pace here and get off the blues. Does, but that's a double play. Let's see if Cap tests him here. Could be our first test from Cap. See if Myth can run the blues some more. Cap looking for the test. He goes to 4. Does Myth switch it to 4 to another color? He does. Called it. All right, green 4 now. The foresight is unbelievable. Cap undercuts that from green to yellow. Does Myth have some more yellow? Table check. This could be good for Cap. Sorry for the delay there. We'll get that ready and rolling here in a second. It's got to take a second to catch up. There we go. There we go. 4-4 now. Myth looking for 3. Could be plotting out ammo. What? There's the ammo. Is it a triple? Oh, wow. I knew something was up, and that's going to put it. It was at Uno for a brief second, but no need to use the call out. Myth's going to use all his ammo, give Cap a lot of ammo. That's interesting. 6 cards. It won't be a hard pay, though, because it is on a reverse. As Nick joins us. Right now, this is interesting. You're just joining us, Captain. Lost the first game. Not really much cooking on the numbers, but Cap now has a chance with some new life with this extra ammo. Plenty of freshies in the old bag. There's the +2 from Cap, and that's the risk you take when trying to use all that ammo. That is the risk you take. Cap going to use all that ammo effectively, and he's going to give that +6 back. Anything you can know I'm going to do as well, and closes it more cleanly and professionally with the blue 2. Can Myth find a little bit more in the tank now with 6 freshies of his own? Intriguing from Cap just to let that one go like that. Interesting. Myth down 2 cards now. Cap used some ammo, but it is blue, new color. Back to yellow for Myth. Let's see if Cap can run that potential isolation. I think he would have something to a switch at the minimum. He's going to run it. He's got some extra in the tank, extra lemons to make sure he prevents the scurvy. And Myth tried isolation. Didn't work. That's big for Cap. That's big for Cap. That's exactly what Cap needs. Momentum shifters right there, Caesar. Keep that one locked in the old back pocket if Cap finds a way to win this series. Myth going to be aggressive on the switch. Does Cap come prepared again? He does. 7-2. Keep it deuce. Keep it loose on the 7-2. Not the best in poker, but just fine here in Uno. 1 down from his previous play goes Myth from the 7 to the 6. Here comes Cap looking to run back in the yellow isolation. That's what he needs. Myth goes undercut strat heavy. Was it a bait from Cap? Did he force that? He did force it. Oh boy, check for Cap. One away. Myth needs something here. Does he have the +4 lurking? No, but he's going to go back to blue for some ISO. There's the +4. I knew it. That's the +4. I knew. Oh, the foresight on that one. Myth, I'm sorry, man. I had a feeling you were going to use that +4 as a connector there. Let me go to Cap. Cap.
No way.
Really? Cap. It seemed like that game was a case of you finally had the ammo, right? You got the +6, and then all of a sudden, when you drew on that Uno, you used a lot. Interesting. You could have easily had iced him out into yellow. Did you not want to risk it? I'm guessing you were just saying risk management, right? Risk calculation. If I risk that Uno, he could get a +4 top deck. Is that what was that the theory? Let's not test him on the Uno. Well, that fade Uno look at 2 and potentially risk the top deck. That was interesting from you. You could have easily just kept it yellow. So I'm assuming it's just risk management, risk calculation, trying something there. Boy, oh boy! That is insane. We saw this with Ashley already. That's see. There's not much you can do on that. There's a couple of moves I see that you can do, and the fact that he was able to get that to check. Yeah. I mean, the only thing you could have done would have been a power play, but too early for that, especially up 2-0. Yeah, because Myth had the 6s. Yeah, it didn't matter. But yeah, no, it just seemed like it didn't turn your favor. Myth, it looks like you're getting a little bit of assistance today. But your thoughts on just playing this one clean? You know, we talked about the monster hand. You didn't really have it there as much as the first game. You had more than the first game, but you really didn't have it until you gave Captain a little bit of those +2. You basically gambled on giving him the +2s. It worked out because all he would get in return was +2s and just a reverse. How's the risk management and the risk assessment today? No, it's been a low ammo game. Does that favor you as you've been in more low ammo games in your league with 7 cards when it turns into more of a slugfest like this with the bot not being favorable to both parties?
Yep, it came down to playing the risk and like playing the cards out and getting a card that could benefit in the long run. Or like if a +2's played, then I can easily get ammo. So it's like, do I risk it for him getting better ammo, or do I risk it for myself getting better ammo?
Caesar, right now, this is true C. Lamas fashion, man. You get the ammo, you can run it and get down. In this case, though, Cap's fighting a little bit of a battle here. The fact that he's been able to get this twice, 2 games in a row, and to check those shows he's masking those problems, and we'll see what happens here, right? Because you look at this game right now, right? You look at this game. Cap's down 2-0. He's been in this spot before. We saw it with Shami, right? He was down 3-0 against Ashley. But this is CSR, right? He can't rely on the 5 and 6. And there's not guaranteed to get back at home. It'd be something that Myth would pull off a sweep here. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But right now, Myth has a chance to really step on the gas and put some magic in the old Swan Song for sure. We'll see. Just going to check the watch party chat before we move on to Game 3 here. Interesting early. Card Star Regulator. The CSR. Yeah. It's just all good. All good, regardless, though. Anyway, let's get to Game 3. Myth, it's your call. Caesar, I'm pretty sure we can't do 8 and 12, so let's see what it will be for Myth. What is it going to be, my friend?
All right, you probably saw this coming, but we gotta do the classic 7.
I already had it preloaded. I already knew it. I mean, that's a come on, no brainer there. It was already preloaded. All right, Myth, join in. Classic. 7 cards we go. Preloaded it. Can Myth get this to a 3-0 and get the power play lock? Cap needs this one, surely. Myth starts it up into that blue 6 now. Can Myth get one more to get this 3-0? These games can go quick. He goes with a double early. Cap, really good on these low stuff, though. This is where he cooks most of the time. Myth cooks usually on the 7. This is what the battle we expected coming into today. And like I said, it's a huge, huge turning point. Not just in this series, right, but for the league. A Myth win here would definitely shake up the pecking order. He could start putting himself in the mix for top 25, low top 25 at that. Cap going to go aggressive with the switch early. Myth likes that switch. Cap trying to find some magic right here. 6-4. He's already down 2 possessions. Power play on the board anytime. Nothing from Cap. Myth runs again. He does. Myth to 3. Cap, nothing again. Trying everything, anything and everything. Nothing again. Myth can go to 2 right here. Can Myth get this in the dose right here and really put some pressure on Cap? +4 for Myth. This could be the game. No. This will give Cap a chance. Ho, ho, ho. This one's going to give Cap a chance. This looked all Myth right there. That's something to note as well.
Uno.
We'll see how this one goes. It's Cap got to think this one through. This is a tough one. You got to think, if you go back to yellow, does he fade to yellow? And Cap's going to put a stop to that right there with the reds into that +2. Myth will, of course, have it. Cap with the +2. Cap now trying to get back on the old footing here. He goes into yellow. He's going to take the chance. Hoping Myth did not risk that yellow. He's going to go 0 sugar. Myth looking for to check right here. He's got it on the skips. Oh, that's a that Cap. You can't do much about that, man. That is insane. I got nothing, man. That was just. It seemed like yellow, and boom, that's it, man. It just seemed like you tried to yell in the isolation. Myth forced you to run that differential. I'm going to assume you had no ammo until you got that +4. Is that safe to assume? I'm at a loss for words, man. This is no ammo until that +4. 7 numbers again. This shows you, Caesar, anyone can win here. Myth, once again, I'm going to guess you had the +4 saved up for a finish, and then when Cap gave you the +2, it was more of just a fade look and say, hey, I'm going to basically use that differential, right? I had the advantage on numbers. You can answer these questions for the fans. And you kind of use plan A there. Your thoughts on just taking care of advantages here and taking a big potential sweep potentially. This is unbelievable. Red 9. Okay. Turn to a big
It was an interesting play, and I thought it was going to backfire, but then the +2 gave me the 2 cards, and once he transferred it over to yellow, and that color change brought me the win.
Cap, I mean, there's not much. You're just kind of hoping this gets to a game 5. You've done everything right on card start variety, and I don't know what to say, man. Just one of those games. Getting both skips in the +2, yeah, that's how it is sometimes. It do be like that. And right now, Myth is taking advantage, and he's got 8 off the board, 12 off the board. Now, he doesn't have his OG 7 for the last one, potentially. The right hand's a little lottery. I mean, that's what Llama said, right? Anybody that gets the hands can run it, and boom. That's what we're seeing here today. It's been a common theme, and this tournament's already been wacky. It appears to be like that. Power plays on the board for both. Myth could finish off Cap right here. That would be unheard of. That would be unheard of. Well, let's see if it happens. All right, Myth. One more game away potentially. Game 1 and 2 was well played, though. I give him that. But let's see what he does here in this game 4. Myth, what's it going to be, buddy? Is it 6?
All right, I'm going to go for 6.
Damn it. On the money again, like I read the script. God dang it. All right. Regardless, though, I knew it was coming. Cam Myth finished it off. Cap likes the 6. Can he finish this one up? Really? Let's start it up.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? All right, blue 7.
No way.
All right, blue 0 now. We go 0 sugar. Myth looking to get the sweep right here. Cap trying to just get it back to game 5 and avoid whatever was going on right now. Tied up at 5 now. Goose Cape can go fast. Power play on the board now after Myth plays. Power play open at any time. Cap looking for something right here. +4, just got to use it. Got to use it. Can't risk it. Not a bad move from Cap right there. Not a bad move at all. Myth with the table check. He's back to 7. Cap for dose. He's got it. Did Myth get some +4 heaven right here? No. Cap for the check. Trying to get back. Can he get a check? He does, but it's a new color.
Uno.
Myth with some life. Interesting. New color from Cap. Had to go for it. Pull the pin. Myth was able to run a couple colors down. He goes back to green ISO. Cap for the win on the wild. No. Myth with the great move. And it's the KT Classic. Oh boy. I think everyone's starting to learn now. I think people are catching up now, Caesar. Things are starting to get a little bit more. That's a risk, though. That's a risk, especially since Cappy doesn't have anything. We just saw what happened the last game with the skips. Myth gambling. Red skip, he's going to go into red now. Tie game. Cap seemed to have won in red earlier. He does. Myth looking for 3 right here. Got it. Tied. Cap needs something right here. Does he get 2? Nothing. Myth for the potential 2 right here. He got it with the switch. Cap needs it right here. Back to 5 for him. It's going to be 4. He doesn't want to go back to 5. He needs to get something cooking right now. It has to be here. He does. It's only top 4. Myth for the potential win. No. No power play either for Cap. He's going to have to think about this. He goes to blue. It's his game. Myth for the sweep and moving on to Samba 16. No. Huge from Cap.
No
what a move. Cap
What
now
are we
for check.
doing?
Cap for check for the win. Or at least check. He's got it. Cap's back on the board. No sweep.
No way.
Big. Yo, can we cut that out? All right. Yeah, thank you. Cap, big win right there. Was that a case of, you know what? I hadn't seen blue all game. I've got absolutely nothing to lose. Let's just go for it, man. Let's just go for that blue, right? We could have used power play. He could have. Let me see. Actually, yeah, Myth, you would have had the win with power play because all you had to do is interesting. That's interesting. Cap, big. You got bailed out. You got bailed out for sure. That should have been a sweep with the power play. Big win. Talk to me about the aggression and the aggression on that wild. He said, you know what? I gotta try something clean cut and go from there. That happens. Big momentum shift. That's what Cap needed. Goes back to Cap too on that 6 cards. It's off the board for Cap, but that's no Myth. I mean, you had the game won. I mean, the power play, we did mention it multiple times, has been your downfall on certain occasions in this league. Did you felt like you said, you know what? I don't know. I don't really know what the mindset behind it. You had the game. Did you truly forgot? And you seem to have ran plan A. You let Cap use that +4 early. Did you forget it was just a case of, hey, you know what? You got to get reset and recalibrated because sometimes those little moments, they don't turn much, but when there's smoke, there's fire. How do you bounce back from that? Cap, talk to me about the aggression on those wilds. You had no choice. Was that a case of just self-preservation throughout the entire game right there? Go for it. Myth, your thoughts on that, though? How you got to rebounce back? Feel free to answer.
All right. So with the power play, I thought of doing it, but I was like, do I really need to use a power play? I kind of underestimated Captain's cards. I was like, It's a case of I could have, but I thought I didn't need to type thing.
You know, and then that's the thing, Caesar, right? It's these small mistakes in round 1 and round 2. Now, for Cap, there was no round 1. He was on a bye, but for him, technically his first round playing, he needed that. He needed something, right? We all know Cap is a guy that you give a little fire starter, he can start to make that rise. Big win for Cap to seal it. Okay. Okay then. We'll move on. Something to note there. We'll see how this one goes. It's interesting, man. It's interesting right now. Cap he's going big or going home. Caesar, it's 5-6 is usually his home. He lost the 6. 5 still available. Ammo hasn't been on his side. This is a fascinating theory for Cap, man. Can he win one right here with the power play in his back pocket and try to start the reverse sweep? Cap is just 6 off the board. Huge game 5. You got the first win of the series. What's it going to be here? What are we thinking? Is it the 5 or are we going big here? It is the 5. Had that preloaded. 5 it is. Caesar type it in. Cap is rolling the dice. He's trying to get this back. Will that costly power play steal from Myth cost him? Rolling the dice goes Cap for the potential 3-2. Here we go. Nothing from Cap. Myth looking to run. He switches though. That could be a bail. It is. Cap back to 4 tie. Zero sugar from Myth. Hard to switch off Cap. Does he have the test? He does. He gets another one. Little reverse in the little fuel in the reserves. Blue 3. Interesting. That could be something to note. That could be something to note right there. Cap not taking no chances. He's got the blue skip for the dose. He got checked. Now Myth. No power play for Myth on the board. He can't do anything. No, it's not a game. But he does self-preserve it. Myth leads still, 2. Man, it's starting to turn to Cap's favor, Caesar. This is what Cap wants. It's gonna take the gamble here. Myth for Uno. Did he get something cool off that draw? Okay, he did. Blue 3. We start to have flashbacks to last Friday. Does he have the 3? Does he have no? That would have been something. 2 weeks in a row, I would have lost my mind, I think. Captain now keeps the blue. Myth for some heaven on the top deck. Zero sugar. Cap, is he content right here to let it ride? Hard to switch on 0. Does Myth have the 0 sugar? No. Really top deck heaven there from Myth. No power play. Use Jeffrey Interplayer. Cap, see if he can find something clean. Trying to get this back to 3-2. +4, that's a double. Not a finisher though for Cap. Cap's momentum is starting to shift back into his favor. Huge turning point right here. That's exactly what he needs. Cap with the lead. Myth now has a chance to run if he can on these reds. Cap looking for something here. Myth as well. Yellow. It's back to yellow.
No way.
Cap drawn out. Myth. Is this a classic or can he run it? He can run it. Cap couldn't do much there. Does he have a 9 to get back into red? Yep, called it. Called it. There it is. Red 2. Now Myth has to run the reds. Cap trying for the double finish right here. No, he goes to single out to the skip. We saw what happened last time in the skip. Does Myth have to skip dose on dose? No. Oh, risky. Caesar, they're playing risky whiskey on this. They're definitely going around the bottle and playing spin the bottle a little bit. Man, oh man. What a series so far in terms of these last 2 games. It's come alive. Still drawing top deck heaven for Cap. Doesn't result in much. Caesar, the longer this goes on, the longer that mistake starts to linger amidst. But there's the blue. But the Cap saved the blue when he needed to. Well, he's got into our top 4. There it is. Top 4 heaven from Cap. 2 to 4. Cap the dose. Myth potential ammo save right here. No. Cap for check. He got it. Myth. No power play can be used. Does he have anything right here? +4 for the double. That's game. And it's Myth moving on. Oh, the tables have turned. No power play needed. It didn't matter. I have no comment for that. But let's go to. Let's go to Myth. Myth. Incredible win there, man. You know, it seemed like the momentum shifted late, right? Because it was the skip that wasn't much, but it seemed that red 9, right? Ultimately, that red 9, where Cap got back in there with the wild, it almost isolated him. When you use the yellow, you forced Cap to use the red as isolation. You used the +4s. And talk to me about how you took care of business. In one of the most interesting gentleman sweeps, man, you just knocked out the defending T2 winner. Talk to me about how you stayed with it and stayed through the process to get the win here, and you're moving on to play either Vapor or Lane. What a topsy-turvy region we've already been. We've already lost 2 1 seeds, just like that. It's crazy to say. Myth, go for me.
This definitely has been the tournament. Like, this has been a breakout run, and I don't plan on stopping it either. I know a best of 9 series is something new to me. I never played for that long in a tournament game, but still. But yeah, it really came down to the cards I played, like the Freeze when he played that Wild Red. I fought back with the Yellow Wild. Then the Jaw City helped out since I had the green and yellow reverses saved. Then once I got the +4 and once the color changed to blue, that was pretty much my winning grace.
Cap, you were basically a little bit early fighting 2-on-1, but then later, did you leave? Yeah, Cap obviously, well, I know he did have something going on later, so it makes sense. But yeah, I guess I'll just kind of talk to Caesar here, man. You know, it's crazy, man. It's just it's crazy. There's the 19-minute series, but it's just crazy. We've lost 2 1 seeds, right? These were the 2 people that made the finale last tournament, right? I mean, that just shows you in this league anything can happen. It has been truly I wouldn't say the upsets have been ridiculous in terms of number. It's been the big names that are falling, right? And sometimes quality upsets are more than a number. That's what we're seeing here so far. Your thoughts on Myth playing Vapor or Lane? Obviously, on paper, if Lane gets that upset, you think Myth's the favorite, but if Vapor wins, Vapor is going to be very motivated, especially with his practice cup theory. We know we didn't get to the last one last night due to being in camp, but your thoughts on just how we'll see how it goes. Just your thoughts on this series overall and what Myth's got to do. Myth, I guess I'll ask you this. I was going to ask Cap a question when he left. Your thoughts on playing Vapor Lane? Obviously, you know a little bit of Vapor for sure from the practice cups. Do you even know Lane? But your thoughts on just now turning the region upside down?
Well, Vapor I played a few times in practice. He's a very dedicated player. Like, he's practiced a lot, probably more than most of the people since I always check the practice room. It's always him, CJ, Monkey, Eli, Nam. Those are like the main practicers. And Faber's very dedicated. Lane, on the other hand, I haven't seen him much, but the fact he defeated Tapir shows something. And then the power play, oh dear, I really got to work on that for the round of 16. And then also a longer series. So those 2 factors will play big.
We'll see how this one goes. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, this tournament. A lot of things have been happening. You just never know anymore in this game. That's what we're seeing. This season has been wacky, man. But let's look at the old bracket here. Captain takes, or Myth took care of Captain. Captain was your T2 winner. He's out early. That's insane to think. If you would have told me Captain and Ashley were out early with the both 1-4 records, I would have called you insane. But that's where you're at right now. The winner of Lane versus Vapor will now get Myth. Myth potentially, if Lane gets the upset, will get home table. If not, Vapor will now control the cards there. And we go into the schedule. Man, what a day we're just getting started. The third 1 seed will be on the schedule beginning tonight at 7:45 coverage. DJ Curse Albion. Many believe DJ wasn't that guy, right, in this region. He's not the guy, right? Everyone thinks Tango, the winner of that, or Nam, could be the guy. He's going to prove a point. Another one, Curtis. DJ Khaled. Curtis, as I like to call him. It's going to have a little fun time.
Tell him to bring out the lobster.
Really. It's going to have a fun time, and we'll see what happens. And for Chavik and Drip, 9:45, we'll get the coverage going there. Sure, we'll take care of that business. But it should be a fun one tonight. We're going to wrap it up Friday night style, and then we'll have a couple games tomorrow. The big one, the huge game, the big kahuna. Bad Brad JT. That is going to be an insane game. Top 15 matchup, 6 versus 12. That is going to be an insane one. But let's see how it goes. Should be a fun one. For all of us at Uno MRE, I want to thank Caesar for taking time out of his day, as always, to ref this game. Of course, to our 2 players, Cap and Myth. It was Master Chef Myth. Myth, the monster match continues for him into the Samba 16. Makes his first Samba 16 since March, I believe. His first S16 round. It's been a year and a half, but he got the job. 15 months, actually. He's got the job. He's back into it in June. We'll see him in June. For the rest of us, we'll see you tonight. I want to thank everyone for popping out. Nick, Radden, of course, Eli, Yepez, all the homies. Of course, Nam. And I believe... I don't know, Monkey as well. Monkey was here. But regardless, we'll see you guys a little later. We'll see you at 7:45 tonight with the coverage beginning of DJ Abian, another one versus Indonesia's hero. We'll see you guys later, gents. Have a good one.